Eritrea responded to some recent statements by General Birhanu Jula, Ethiopian military chief. The military chief talked about joint access to sea for Eritrea and Ethiopia. Welcome to my views and news. Thanks for watching the channel. Two main news stories in this video. First one is about Eritrean response to General Birhanu Jula. Second news story is about Debretsion Gebremichael, TPLF chairman, whose laptop was stolen. I did a video on that. I told you about Mashud Bijine to some cash was stolen from his office. So what happened in the case of Debretsion Gebremichael's laptop theft? Let's have a look at this news story first. Debretsion Gebremichael is a TPLF chairman, and almost 2 weeks ago, over 2 weeks ago, we heard that Debretsion's laptop had been stolen. Laptops definitely have your sensitive documents, your sensitive information. If you use laptops, that is why the theft could have led to disclosure of Debretsion's plans, secrets, etc., party plans. Maybe he had some private information stored in the laptop. His security guards were accused that they were the ones who were involved. 6 security guards. I don't know why all 6 of them were charged. Not a trial, they were arrested. 6 security guards were arrested. But yesterday, a court in Mekelle granted bail to Debretsion Gebremichael's security guards. Despite having bail granted by a court, Edi Haki Sub-City Police Station is not releasing these security guards. Zanabo Abdi is one of them. There are others too. They are not being released. Why? Court orders are violated in Ethiopia. We know that. Everyone knows that. That if government has decided that it won't implement a court order, courts cannot ensure that the orders are implemented. Courts are helpless. Judges could be kidnapped, they could be threatened, even in courtrooms they could be attacked. It happened. Courts are helpless. But there are some judges who pass decisions, they pass verdicts, but they cannot implement them. How can you charge 6 security guards for the theft of one laptop? I mean, it could be negligence, not involvement. There's a difference between negligence and involvement in a crime. It's difficult to believe that all 6 were part of a plan to steal Debretsion's laptop. Maybe they were negligent. So if they were negligent, can you charge them with theft? Can you start legal proceedings against them? Now, when court has granted them bail, why are you not releasing them? These TPLF people, Tigray generals, obviously they are above law. They can do anything. That is why TPF is expanding. People are joining TPF because of this type of behavior by top ruling elite members of Tigray. Now it's back to main news story, which is about Eritrea, Ethiopia rapprochement. Eritrea Ministry of Information has responded to General Jula's talk without naming General Jula. And Eritrean officials call Jula PP official. They say this is PP military. Ethiopian military is PP military. Jula, in his recent talks, in his recent appearances, said that Ethiopia tried its best to engage Eritrea so that Ethiopia and Eritrea could jointly work and jointly use the sea. But Ethiopian efforts have been unsuccessful. He said, no matter what happens, Ethiopia will gain sea access. There are forces which are trying to stop Ethiopia from getting access to sea, but it's a matter of survival for Ethiopia. That is why Ethiopia will gain access to sea. Then came response from Eritrea. Gebremichael Gebremichael published a tweet. Imana is official spokesperson of the Eritrean government. He said that PP officials, he was definitely talking about Jula and others. He said that PP officials thought during rapprochement period when Eritrea, Ethiopia signed peace deal, they thought that Eritrea would auction or mortgage its sea assets, its sovereignty to Ethiopia. It means Human is saying that during rapprochement, during that period of normalization of relations from 2018 onwards till 2022, PP officials, including the Prime Minister of Ethiopia, they hoped that Ethiopia will gain access to sea through Eritrea. Eritrea will give a port to Ethiopia on lease or through other bilateral arrangement, or it will give full rights to Ethiopia to a port. By the way, PP was not under this false impression. There are videos available when Abiy and Isaias met and Isaias delivered speeches. And he said, you can use Massawa, you can use other ports of Eritrea. I remember I shared this clip over 2 years ago when Isaias was heard saying in the presence of Abiy that you can use Massawa and other ports, maybe Assab too. So PP got this impression, Abiy got this impression that Isaias was agreeing to share ports with Ethiopia. Isaias basically wanted destruction of TPLF. He had his eyes on his target. He wanted to crush TPLF. That is why he gave false hopes to Ethiopia that Ethiopia could use Eritrean ports. TPLF could not be crushed. TPLF survived. Western countries intervened. TPLF agreed to make concessions, and Pretoria was signed. Eritrea was not comfortable with Pretoria, I think, but it waited for implementation. Implementation was very slow. Then the Prime Minister of Ethiopia at the end of 2023 dropped a bombshell when, after failure in engaging Eritrea about sea access, he dropped a bombshell and he said Ethiopia had natural rights to gain access to sea. A lot happened before that speech of the Prime Minister of Ethiopia. Before that, Ethiopia tried its best to engage Eritrea. Ethiopia offered shares in Ethiopian Airlines, other profitable entities. Eritrea did not show any interest. And Eritrea knew that Ethiopia already has access to sea through Djibouti. Why does it need access to sea through Eritrea? It basically wants to restore access to sea. If today Ethiopia is allowed to gain access to sea, it will never withdraw its forces from Assad. So Eritrea made a decision. It refused to talk to Ethiopia about sea access. Then came the speech of the Ethiopian PM. Now, Yemana is making it clear. He used two words, mortgage and auction. It means Eritrea will never give a port to Ethiopia on lease or give full rights to Ethiopia on a port in Eritrea. Even, I think, Djibouti-like access to a port in Eritrea for Ethiopia perhaps is not possible now for Ethiopia. Keeping in view the deficit of trust, Eritrea won't allow Ethiopia use any of its ports now under any arrangement, because Ethiopia has made its intentions clear that it wants restoration of sea access, not access to sea like it has through Djibouti. So Humane says that now these PP officials have become disillusioned and they are spreading new propagandas. Thanks for watching.